Everyone's always talking about ROM hacking this, ROM hacking that. I just want a grill, for God's sake.
Sync. Hey everybody,
Okay.
what's up
Okay.
everybody? It's Quack's turn to do the intro. Let me introduce my good friend Quackman, who's doing the intro this time. Quackman, take it away.
You son of a bitch.
Hello everyone, my name is MiniMacro Sound. Welcome to this episode 2 of the ROM CUCKS podcast, brought to you by MiniMacro Sound.
It's episode 1,
RRTO.
actually. Remember, the last one was episode 0.
Man, fuck
Shut
you.
up, dude.
Fuck
I
you
was
and your
go- I was
stupid-
going good.
Stupid bitch.
Anyway,
naming
these are my compatriots, RRTO and Art. I am MiniMacro Sound, obviously. Today we are going to be talking about Rockman 6, Unique Harassment. I'd actually forgot the title there for a second.
You called it Ultimate Harassment the first time you did the intro, so...
Well, no, that was intentional, but this time I legitimately forgot.
No,
what
the
it was
first time
called.
you called it verbal harassment.
Well, he called it... and then immediately said Ultimate Harassment. Anyway, so...
That was my bit, dude!
Well, you did it twice in a row, so it wasn't funny.
Yeah, that wasn't really funny, Quack.
No, you ruined it this time. We restarted now.
Yeah, and this is all your fault.
We recorded
CSketch.
like half
Fuck
an
you.
hour. We
Fuck
recorded
you,
like a half
Teal. You
hour of
ruined
this
it.
episode.
You ruined the funny.
I can't believe
quit. I'm
Quackman
done.
would...
I disagree.
Guys, just
I-
decided
Anyway,
to start over
for a
no
quick
reason.
introduction on this hack before we get into
Well, no,
character
who's the
intro-
fucking fourth guy here?
Shit.
Who?
I've been found.
Yeah,
hi.
we got the final
Hi.
piece of the ROM CUCKS puzzle here.
This is actually...
And CSketch is here to join us.
It's
this
CSketch, the
episode.
sketchy man.
Hi, I'm
Hello,
CSketch.
CSketch,
I'm
the
a
sketchy
game
man.
designer on a few projects.
Bro, we're not introducing our
No,
characters
shut the
yet.
fuck up. Okay, I'm a game designer on Perfect
Jesus
Blue.
Christ.
This
I'm
episode's already
how-
awful.
I'm house sitting Teal's house while he's away in college.
Why did we bring this guy on again?
Because he's making the podcast
so
significantly
mean.
worse by
You didn't
being-
really bring me on. I'm just, I'm just like on here since I could just like get onto Teal's
Oh,
computer.
so you invited yourself.
Yes.
I see
Anyway.
how it is.
What a dick.
I have a very relaxed outlook on game design and many things in life.
No, you don't.
I think it's a very contextual thing. Some things that might be good one time might not be so good the other time, and vice versa.
Sketch is so lax, in fact, that he was actually here for all of last episode.
Yeah,
he just had
and I just
absolutely
didn't say
nothing
anything.
to say on
He's so
Rockman
lax in
70p.
fact that
Yeah.
he likes this game. Speaking of this game, this is Rockman 6 Unique Harassment is a
Which
hack
I
of
probably have
Rockman
like
6.
the most positive opinion of in this out of all of us.
This is a hack by Tatsu, who is best known for his other hack, Rockman 2 Basic Master. However, this is a hack of Rockman 6. So without further ado, let's get into discussing
Before
what
we
is
get
Rockman
into-
6 Unique Harassment.
Before we get into the real meat of the game, I want to bring this question up. Worst ROM hack title ever?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because wait, sorry. I meant to say no, because Rockman 3 ICFE exists.
ICFE?
I don't know what I just found it on romhacking.net one day.
I've never heard of that one.
I just found a really bad ROM hack on romhacking.net one day. It's called Rockman.
I've heard of that. Rockman
ICFE.
Insane Clown Posse.
What is
That would be a fucking awesome ROM hack.
Insane Clown Fire
Wait,
Emblem.
are you a juggler, Teal? Answer me honestly. Are you into Insane Clown Posse?
Well, I mean, Rockman 3 does
I've
have
never
Mega
listened
Man
to
in
their
it.
music, but I respect them.
Okay,
I
here's the
respect
thing,
their iconography.
Juggalos are just like they're literally just like Joker bootlegs. They're like, oh yeah, we're gamers.
Bass is a juggalo.
He's
Yeah.
a juggalo. Who's a juggalo?
Yeah, he kind of do be.
Bass.
Yeah, he is. He's a juggalo. Totally.
Ace from Ace Spark, the Mega Man 3.
Yeah, I thought you said Ace Spark.
Wiley is also a juggalo, but like he's too embarrassed to wear the makeup.
Who is Ace?
Bass.
Oh, Bass.
Ace Spark.
Bass
Ace
is most...
Spark.
Okay. So Bass is most certainly not a juggalo. What he is, however, is a big System of a Down fan.
I think Bass listens to Eminem.
So I
Bass
think
isn't
that
even
we
in this
should-
game, so
He isn't.
Fuck you.
No, he actually is. He's just like in the background. He's always like
It's like that
right
one ending
behind
of
Mega Man
9
Sprite, so you
unlock,
can never
just-
see him.
It's like the secret ending of Mega Man 9, where there's just a bass that comes down and murders Mega Man with an axe.
Yeah. Talking about Mega
So
Man
is that
9.
the Mega Man 9 secret? Is that what Seth Killian warned us about?
Yeah, I've actually I just played through Mega Man 9, found it by accident. What you have to do is you have to shoot
Wow.
Eddie.
Wow.
What?
Talking about Mega Man 9. this hack has Robot Masters from Mega Man 9 because it doesn't have just the Mega Man 6 set. It has Robot Masters from all over the place. A big mishmash.
Just the Mega Man 6 set. No, it has almost none of the Mega Man 6 set.
Yeah, it's just like a big
It
mishmash.
has,
It's just
it
like
has Tomahawk Man.
It's like
It has
an
Napalm
old
Man.
Game Maker 7 fan game. It just has Robot Masters from all over.
See, Quack, I'm
It's
glad
truly a melting pot.
So what do you guys think about that? Do you guys think that there's something lost by not focusing entirely on Mega Man 6, or
Well, I'm
yes,
glad that
I wanted
Quack.
to talk about that.
I'm glad that
This
Quack
is
brought up
the first
Napalm
of our
Man.
hot takes.
Okay, shut up. I'm glad that Quack brought up Napalm Man, because a lot of people might say, you know, why is Napalm Man in this game? He's actually from Mega Man 6. They just released him about a year early, had to iron out the kinks just a little bit. And that actually goes for a lot of the other robots in this hack, too. Like, Dustman was released 2
Yeah,
games
they had a
early by
miscarriage.
complete mistake. Jewel Man, like, the whole thing about this hack is that it's like one of those demos you get to see played live after the Mega Man Fighting Game Championship gets won at Evo, and like whoever wins gets to play. And like you might be saying, there is no Mega Man
Someone
fighting
wins a
game.
Marvel vs. Capcom tourney with Mega Man.
Like specifically, it's a tournament of Marvel vs. Capcom, but the only playable character allowed is Mega Man. That's how you do it, because
Yeah.
Capcom's been so fucking lazy. They wouldn't make a Mega Man Soccer 2 because they didn't think it would sell well.
yeah?
Mega Man Soccer, this time
Yes.
it's personal. Featuring Mega Man fucking beating up Wily.
Mega
with
Man
his
collaborates
fists.
with FIFA.
Mega Man Soccer 2.
Yeah, except
this
that
time
Mega
it's
Man-
personal.
Yeah, except what about Mega Man American Football?
No, that's a dumb idea. Mega Man isn't American.
Shut up,
you fucking
CSketch.
stupid idiot.
Football Americano?
None of the Robot Masters are suited to football. They'd all get fucking
No, I
mauled.
do think fucking Strike Man
No,
is suited
I
to
think
football.
Gutsman could
No,
do
Strike
it.
Man is baseball.
Strike Man's a fucking baseball, you idiot.
No,
You
but he's
absolute
fuck. You seen this fucking stage? It has fucking soccer balls and American footballs and my balls and.
Who would really fit in is High Max
Basketball.
because he has his death ball.
Desboru.
Decibel. Yeah, that
Desboru.
could work.
So-
Breakman.exe from Mega Man Battle Network is literally based on American football.
You know who really would
fuck are we talking about?
excel at American football is probably
Gutsman?
Dr. Wily himself, really, because he's the only human. That's what everyone else would be disqualified from playing.
No, but he's an
also
old
an
man.
sack of
White is a
shit.
human.
He's a bony, scrawny old man. I could probably beat his ass.
Okay, but
I could beat him with one hand.
Okay, but have you ever considered anabolic steroids?
You could just like shoot Wily in the stomach once, and he'd just be like, ah, and then he'd just
Okay,
fall
but
and just be
shooting
dead.
Wily in the stomach is not a tournament legal play in football.
I
I
think
disagree.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, why do you think Mega Man didn't shoot Wily in 7? It's because they wanted to have Dr. Wily for more games.
No,
so
it's
they
because
pussied out.
it's because Wily would have gone and fallen over funnily, and it would be too funny for a Mega Man game.
he would have
Yeah,
That's
and
the
then they
serious
couldn't
tone
make
that
any-
Mega Man
And
7
then they
was going
couldn't
for.
make any more Mega Man games, is the thing.
Here's the thing, though. It's not because of that, Quack. I'm pretty sure the reason they did it is because Mega Man doesn't actually realize this, but Wily has within him a reflector, and he just uses his down special move, and he throws the reflector out. And
Aegis
it,
reflector
No.
from Third
His-
Strike.
His bald head is like so fucking bald.
no, he uses
that
his
shots
down
just
special,
bounce
and
off.
out comes
Wait,
the.
so if Wily has an Aegis reflector, can he just like walk around in a speedo like Urian?
Okay, you guys aren't understanding what I'm saying. He does his down special, and out comes the shine. And when he does it, it goes like, and it like reflects back the projectile Mega Man would throw. So that's why Mega Man's never shot Wily directly when he's all alone, because like he can't shine. Like in Mega Man 7, you're shooting Wily in the face in the Wily machine. He can't shine while he's in the Wily machine, or else it would break the components.
Counterpoint, in Mega Man 4, you can kill Wily by using Rain Flush.
Again, he is inside of a compartment.
Okay, yeah, I get that,
No,
yeah.
Oh, well, what I'm picturing right now is like one of those Dr. Wily groveling scenes, like, you know, he's bowing down on the ground. I'm imagining that, and like Mega Man shoots him, and it just dinks off his head.
See, that's the thing, though, is he's bowing down because he understands that if he is holding down, it makes it easier to shine.
He's crouching.
He is pre-firing
He's bowing
that
his
fucking
head
shine.
constantly because he's just mashing down like work, you son of a bitch. God damn it.
Like, that's
The
what...
controller is broken.
I have solved Mega Man lore. I've fixed it so that...
You've done it.
Okay, that's the reason why Wily was able to kidnap Mega Man, is because, like, when in Mega Man 2 on Game Boy happened,
When
he was
the
able
fuck
to
does he
kidnap him.
kidnap Mega Man?
He
In
kidnapped
Mega
him for
Man 2
Mega
on the
Man
Game
2
Boy.
on the Game Boy. You fucking listen to me, you god! Ah!
You're gonna make CSketch's computer crash again, and we're gonna
no,
have to start
trust me,
over.
I turned it down in preparation.
We're gonna have to lose this incredible bit.
Yeah.
So
Oh my god, I hope nothing goes wrong. Anyway, I think
I just got a DM from somebody I've never seen before, so let me put myself a do not disturb.
okay, I think the 8 are Robot Masters that would be like the worst at football would be Tomahawk Man, Spark Man, Dust Man, Pharaoh Man, Jewel Man, Galaxy Man, Napalm Man, and Chill Man. Which, wow!
But
completely
By
CSketch,
pure
that's the
coincidence.
cast of Rockman 6, Unique Harassment.
Anyway. Okay, so here's our first hot take of the episode, is that I don't really agree with the decision to shuffle the Robot Master cast around.
I think our first hot take was that Wily has a fucking shine reflector.
It's that Wily walks around in a Speedo like Urian. Anyway.
Yeah, this is our second hot take, and I kind of agree with your mindset, but not entirely. I do think
Yes.
that something is lost in the set consistency by, like, mishmashing Robot Masters around. Like,
Yeah.
you lose the global aspect of Mega Man 6, the regional aspect that made each stage so unique.
Yeah,
But
that was
also-
one of the things that made Mega Man 6 special, was the whole global thing. And other Mega Man 6 hacks, like Innocent and Skype, like, we're gonna do episodes on those eventually. Those hacks are cool because, like, they add in stuff, sure, but they still keep those elements that made Mega Man 6 what it was.
Teal,
I
have
feel
you
like this
ever-
hack does not do that.
Have you ever played Spirits of Hackers?
Yeah, that's Skype.
No.
I actually have
That is
looked at
Skype?
it.
Yeah.
I did.
Skype is just an older version that I like better.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Spirits of Hackers is more like pure save, just grabbed what was done of Skype and just like finished it real quickly, like, you know.
No, that version
Was
has
it-
stuff from other people.
Wasn't it like a big collab thing?
It was.
It was.
Yeah,
But we're gonna
Spirits of
talk about it
Hackers
in
is
another
like
episode.
one guy finishing it up. It's just like one guy that grabbed what was done and like finished it up real quick.
Essentially,
Anyway.
the reason I'm comparing it to Spirits of Hackers / Skype right now is because in
It's
those,
a hack of Rockman 6.
well, Quack, I'm going to castrate you. Anyway,
Please do.
yes, continue interrupting me. So as I was saying, when you look at Rockman 6 Spirits of Hackers / Skype, you see these rosters preserved from the original game, right?
Yes.
You see Mega Man, and they're all essentially trying to replicate a similar stage thing. Like Flame Man has its own flame central. Wind Man is I don't remember what Wind Man stage is like at all, but
Windman was like the tower stage.
right. But like it's a classic Purasabe thing where like it's pulling things from other games but still trying to preserve some of the identity of the original, right? Whereas in this game, it's
Yes,
very
and
much
like that's
trying
what I like about ROM hacks. I like to go into a ROM hack and expect like a unique interpretation of its cast.
See, about that, I feel like what this game was trying to do is kind of do like a phase 1, phase 2 thing. I don't know if you noticed that, like, Robot Masters in this game start with different colors, but when they enter the second phase, they change their patterns and their colors go back to their original ones.
I don't know if you noticed this critically important part of the gameplay that's physically
Yeah, I mean, but the idea is
omniscient.
meant to be that they're taking like the forms of other like bosses, and then the second phase is like their original forms.
They're taking unique forms of the bosses and using
Whoa,
them to harass you.
So like I think
What?
I don't know, yeah. I think he does
Whoa.
I think he does go a bit too far. Like for example, Dustman is basically just like a huge Metal Shark Prayer reference, and
Yeah, this is an example of why I don't think this change works, because like I think it's cool that it brings in bosses from 9 and 10. I think Jewel Man and Galaxy and
Yeah, I think
Chill
this is
are
the
all
only
good additions.
I think this is
But
the
it's
only,
like
I'm pretty sure this
go
is
on.
going to be like the only time in a long ass time where we see
Yeah.
that kind of representation.
Yeah, and it's cool. I appreciate that, but it's like Dustman and Sparkman, really? Especially because, like, you fight Dustman, and his whole shtick in this game is that he changes his form to become past Robot Masters. And it's like, why go through the effort of turning a boss into Dustman if nothing about his pattern suggests Dustman?
I mean, aside from being able to fight RRTL himself and kill him because he's a little bitch, I appreciate that he still
Dustman
like,
was a difficult fight, that's not true.
he's still a little bitch. It doesn't mean he went down like one, but all of the robot masters in this game do one thing
Which
that's...
is it?
Well, he's a little bitch, but he can still put up a fight. So let me finish. All of the robot masters in this game essentially use a a thing that's completely unique and a thing that's like referential to their previous iteration, and then there's something that references another boss. For example, Dustman has the ability to suck things in a circle like Morph Moth does, but that's still sort of indicative of what he did as a boss. Sparkman sort of has a little representation of Spark whatever it's called, Spark Shot. And
Chillman runs.
Chillman has that one attack from 10 hard mode where he jumps into the sky and shoots straight down.
That's true.
So they all have something like that, and you guys didn't notice because I'm smarter.
I didn't notice the Morph
do you
Moth
think
reference.
Do you think I'm perceptive or something?
I don't install
And I mean,
anything.
Galaxy Man does Astro Man.
Yeah.
Galaxy Man kind of
But
is Astro Man.
he still does Black Hole Bomb as part of his attacks, though.
Yeah.
He does.
Though only
does.
in his second phase. In the first phase.
I guess I kill him too fast to notice.
Yeah, in his second phase, I found this out because I ran out of the Napalm Cracker in the boss fights. But in his second phase, he like puts down a Black Hole Bomb and then like has these options surround him as he sweeps across the screen, and you have to kill them before they ram into you. It's pretty cool.
But the first phase is purely Astro Man because again, it's what
Yeah.
it's a gimmick
Referential
of them
of-
like taking other forms and then like revealing their true selves at the end in the second
It's
phase.
referential of something else, and then once they get that out of the way, they go over and reference something the original boss did. Tomahawk Man, for example, does that thing where he does the bird fucking shits. Fuck. God, I hate that. But he also still does Silver Tomahawk.
Yeah.
So you may have noticed that we're constantly referring to the Robot Master's second phases, and that brings us to a very important point of this hack, and that is that every single boss has 2 phases, 2 health bars.
Are we talking about a little early for the bosses?
No.
I mean, we're kind of we're talking about the bosses anyway.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Speaking of the bosses, most of them fucking suck.
Yeah.
I think the big problem with most of the bosses is that they're too much. Like they either
Yeah,
have,
that's exactly
Yeah.
what I was gonna say. They're too much.
Yeah,
Like
because
there's
have,
like way too much going on.
I don't
Too
even mean
far.
like just that they drag on too long with the 2 phases thing because they kind of do, to be honest. But it's that the phases themselves have just like that teensy like stretched out bit where it's just like we could have stopped a bit earlier than that.
I think
Like,
an
for
important
example-
part of boss design in just any game in general is that some of the attacks that a boss does are guaranteed to be easier than the others, both because of just how things can tend to be designed. You can't perfectly balance a boss, and also because it gives the player a break. And I feel like none of the bosses really had an attack
Yes.
that they could
There is no breathing room.
And
Yeah.
they never really had any attacks that they could really give you some time to recuperate, you know. And if you look at Pharaoh Man from Mega Man 4, when he was released 2 games early, he sometimes jumps at you a lot, and sometimes he just sits there and charges Pharaoh Shot all day, right?
Yeah, his
And
fight was very RNG.
it's not just RNG, but like there's still that potential. Like the Pharaoh Shot, depending on where you're positioned, is always going to be easier than the jumping attack, just because he's not forcing 2 projectiles himself and his Pharaoh Shot at you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I felt like every single boss attack was trying its hardest to be like the jumping attack and not be like a Pharaoh charge.
Yeah, that's a very interesting take. I think that's a very good way to describe it. I pretty much have like all of my notes on all the bosses are pretty much like, yeah, this boss is pretty good, except for this bit that fucking ruins everything. Like fucking God.
yeah.
I don't know where we should.
Well,
I don't know if we
The
should.
cool
like, go
thing
down the
about
list
this
or-
hack is that it refills your health in between boss
It
phases.
didn't do
Didn't-
that.
The
It
original
did.
version of this hack did not do this, and so every boss was a fucking nightmare
Yeah,
in
it
the
was
first
fucking
version.
awful.
But the newer version adds this in and it makes
Yeah.
things much more
It just
manageable.
sheets you. Well, not just sheets you. It's more like an L tank. Every time you eat a
Yeah.
boss's face, it's like, wait, God, thank God, it makes everything so much like more lenient. You actually
Yeah.
have a chance.
You know what really was really super useful in this hack that I wish I had like routed more around was the upgrades.
Yeah, the
Like the
upgrades
adapters or
are
the items.
The upgrades themselves.
the items. Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah.
the shit you find at the stages.
I never really appreciated the items that much, but at the same time, I do notice that they're all like very subtle things that you wouldn't really notice how much.
They're those
they
kinds
help.
of things that you wouldn't really pay much mind to unless
Yeah.
you don't have them.
Yeah, the thing is that in a lot of situations, especially the double buffer, the shock buffer, right? It would give
Yes.
you an extra, like, it would essentially double your iframes, right? You would have double the iframes for every situation. It never
that's
runs
awesome.
out. And as somebody who plays La Mulana a lot and uses that software combination that doubles your iframes a lot, I appreciate
God
that
damn
shit.
it.
Because I'm gonna use every opportunity I can to talk about my favorite game, but
That's fair.
I use that combination a lot in that game because a lot of times, you know, sometimes you just get completely overwhelmed, and I think that ties back into what I was talking about with the boss phases, where like you need breathing room, and that gives you that breathing room you need to just like say, okay, I'm gonna take a few hits on the like lesser damaging projectiles just to see
Yeah.
what this guy does.
This in a lot of Mega Man games. Like bosses have patterns in Mega Man games with weaknesses. You could just brute force them. This hack, it's much harder to brute force things.
Especially if you're running low on ammo.
No, I think
Yes.
it's very easy. I think bosses are really fucking easy if you have the weakness. Except for Jewel Man.
Depends.
And I'll
Except
say
for
that.
Jewel Man. Jewel Man's fucking awful.
Yeah.
I think all of them punish you for spamming because they have long
Yes,
iframes.
that's what I
and
mean.
Yeah, I mean,
They-
yeah, but like, if you can just like survive, you can probably outdamage them fairly easily.
Yeah.
Well, that's not really brute forcing it though. Then
I mean, what do you define as brute forcing? Do you literally just
Brute
brute
forcing
forcing is what it is. You just fucking mash your buttons and you don't
It's like
care
Okay,
when
how
because
you
much
what I
play
you hit.
consider
Mega Man-
brute forcing is just like doing minimal effort to dodge, like dodging like a few attacks, but like getting hit like a ton and just like pressing the
Yes,
button.
it is getting hit a ton.
It's
Okay, but like
you-
as long as you make like the minimum effort to dodge, like if you literally just don't stand still, I think it's pretty easy.
To me,
advance.
brute forcing is not putting in the effort to dodge.
It's like when you play Mega Man X6, play as Zero, and then go to Blizzard Wolfang's boss fight, and you just press
Yes.
the triangle button.
That is brute forcing it. So is using like Hell Wheel in Minus Infinity.
I consider brute forcing to be minimum effort, like not exactly no effort, but like playing really really poorly, but like still, you know.
The thing is, though, in a lot of cases, minimum effort might translate to zero effort.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, it's a thin line. But anyway,
So, are we gonna like talk about the bosses like down on the list, or?
should we like
don't think
wait
any
to
of them
discuss the
are-
fortress bosses or?
I don't think any of the fortress bosses outside of the
Oh, I
devil
was just gonna say
are-
like the robot masters. We're like, okay.
Well, like
Well,
outside
there's
of the
not
devil,
much left to say
I don't
about
think
them.
that there's anything really notable to say about any of the bosses. They're all bosses. They're all really hard. They all are an endurance test, and the only one that I found directly frustrating was the devil.
I mean, we could talk about fucking the fact that Jewel Man is fucking Coolix and has like 4 faces instead of.
Actually, I had to
True
fight.
ones.
I had to fight Jewel Man Buster only because I ran out of weaknesses for
Oh
everything.
God!
He has three
Well, how
separate
was that?
weaknesses.
I
Care
thought it
to
was. I thought
care
it
to
was
share your
fine.
experience with us?
I thought it was perfectly fine, except for the tornado attack, because the first phase.
It's just the fact that
is-
like the first phase, how each gem has its own weakness.
Well, I mean, like I was like almost completely out of weapon energy at that point, right? And
Yes.
I didn't really care because I found the fire gem was easy. It's just positioning yourself, jumping between fire. Then there's the what was the other one? I can't
Ice.
remember it.
Ice.
The ice. I think I just like shot that with the Buster a bunch. I really don't remember.
I think the big
But-
problem is the fucking tornado gem. It's just a fucking pain in the ass if you
the
don't
tornado
have
gem
spark.
is an ass, and I was out of spark at that point. So I did have Pharaoh Flood, so I didn't even have to fight a second phase. But the gems I found.
Yeah, with the weakness, the second phase dies in like 5 seconds.
But I thought it was fine. Pharaoh Man's a fun fight. Never even seen what Sunstar does in it. I just
Sunstar drains your HP if you let it live for too long.
Oh.
huh.
If it weren't for that having a lot of HP, if you fight a Buster only, like it takes a shit ton of time of mashing to kill it with the Buster. I actually think Pharaoh Man is like the best starting point for like in terms of difficulty, but at the same time it has like a bunch of super adapter, get adapter routes, and an item, so you'd have to revisit it.
Yeah. Tomahawk Man, I think, I'd argue he's easier than Pharaoh Man.
No, boss wise,
You could definitely like laser etch his pattern into your mind.
I found Tomahawk Man's pattern to be quite easy, except for the birds. The birds, fuck those birds.
Yes.
I think no. Here's the thing. The thing with the pattern is, I think first phase is fine. I think the second phase just requires too much precise movement, even if it's extremely patterned. Like every attack has like one specific way to dodge it, and if you fuck up the timing, you just fucked.
I still
Like for
thought
example,
it was.
let's take the
still thought it
Searchman
was fun.
attack, the one that zigzags back and forth. The moment the blade falls off screen, you need to jump and like move forward in order to dodge him jumping from the ground. If you slide, you're gonna get hit. If you move, you're gonna get hit. You just jump the moment it goes off screen and move forward.
I found
That's
the
just
best
really-
way to dodge that attack was just to hug a wall so that you would have to deal with its bouncing as minimal as possible, and then that
Yeah,
way
that's how I do it.
you get
Yeah.
plenty of time to dodge there. But
I gotta be honest, I didn't actually like fight Tomahawk Man legit because I
That's
just
right,
kind
you
of
went to
cheesed
Galaxy
him.
Man first.
Yeah, I just kind of cheesed him with Galaxy Vision.
I don't know how you did that.
the
Whatever,
thing
Galaxy
is,
Man.
Galaxy Vision makes it so that the birds cannot track you correctly, and I don't even think they do damage to you.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It's-
but it
no
damages Tomahawk Man.
The birds,
Yeah,
I
so-
found the birds not that hard to dodge.
Galaxy
except for
Vision
the
takes
middle
all
one.
damage
The
for
final
you.
one, the final bird attack is the final bird barrage is really annoying to dodge. but still-
Well, as long as you, the first bird barrage is the hardest one. The third
No,
one,
the
as long as you
first bird.
kill the one in the middle.
No, first bird
It's-
barrage is easy. It's really just like slide and jump. Stand on one wall, then slide. Then the second bird barrage, just slide. And the first one you need to shoot the middle one and jump in the middle. The problem with that is if by bad luck Tomahawk Man stops in the middle of his dash, and so now he's floating in the middle of the room. So if you jump
Mhm.
in the middle of the room to dodge the two birds, you can bump into him because his hitbox is massive at his feet and get hit
Yes,
anyway.
yes.
And it's really dumb.
The birds also have very big hitboxes.
Yeah. What else? Yeah, we can talk about
The
really
weapons.
quickly.
Well-
Galaxy Man, at least his first phase, doesn't take damage from normal buster shots.
That's right. So Quack, you only use charge shots to beat him.
Yeah,
That's really impressive.
pain.
I mean, I don't think it's that. I mean, it kind of makes sense if you think about it because he's already like going to spend most of the fight fucking out of your reach. But it's still like, why would you do this?
That's still kind of stupid. Honestly.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point?
I'm not a big fan of bosses that stay out of your reach for 75% of the battle, but can still
Same.
dish
I
out.
And on
agree.
that note,
They can still
fucking-
dash out a ton of damage while they're up there, though. Like, in Galaxy Man's original fight in Mega Man 2 for the Game Boy, we see him hanging around at the top of the screen a lot of the time, but when he does that, the only thing he's doing is sending out his galaxy, his black hole bomb, right? So, the only risk of him doing that attack is that you do it too close and then he teleports into you. But every time that he can hurt you in that fight, he's next to you, you know? He's able to touch you,
Yeah.
and thus you can kill him.
I think, on that note, let's talk about Dustman, because the thing that I dislike the most about Dustman is if you don't have his weakness, or if you don't have Spark Bullet, because Spark Bullet fucking shreds and murders him, he's so invincible for so long. He's invincible while
Yeah.
he's transformed.
He's invincible when he changes his form.
And you just gotta wait. You just gotta fucking
And his
wait
form
for
is
it.
very often changed.
Yeah, you gotta wait, and then sometimes he jumps to, like, the bottom of the screen, and it's like, fuck off, man.
Yeah, and sometimes he shoots drills for no reason.
It's
It's like, why the fuck do you have drills? You're stupid.
For fun.
I really didn't
You're
ever-
fun.
I never fought him Buster only. I
Thank
only
you.
fought him its weakness. Like, there's certain bosses in this game.
I
that-
fought him Buster only on my first playthrough before I knew the weakness order.
There's certain bosses in this game that I just never tried to attempt because they're just
Anyway,
yeah.
since
The fortress bosses are all fall under that, I
before
think.
we go into that, I'd like, since we're talking about since I brought up Spark Bullet and using weaknesses, let's quickly talk about the weapons real quick. They're really good.
Well, if we're still talking about bosses,
I mean, yeah, we might as well follow, but then let's not skip Doc Robots. I have some interesting thoughts about Doc Robots.
yeah.
meh.
So,
Okay.
this game barely has big boy machine mid-bosses. Most of the
Yes.
mini-bosses are just Doc Robot taking the form of Robot Masters from other games. Sometimes it's even a Star Droid or Breakman, but it's mostly just Robot Masters from other games, even Tundra Man from Mega Man 11.
So really, each stage has 2 Robot Masters.
So how do you guys feel about that? Like, I think
I
there's,
kind of like it.
yeah, I think there's
I
a
think it's
novelty aspect, but I also think that it's also a bit lazy, and also I do think that there's
Yeah.
a lot that is lost by, like, losing that contrast, you know, like in Mega Man, you have these big machines in the levels themselves, and that contrasts how you're constantly fighting humanoid, same-sized bosses as the main bosses, and you lose that contrast, and you just have a bunch of, you know, humanoid robots until the fortress, and
Yeah. Have
I
you guys ever
honestly
played
don't-
Have you guys
What?
ever played Breath of the Wild?
No.
No.
I think this is a similar situation because all the bosses in Breath of the Wild are just different forms of Ganon.
Yeah, are just blights.
Are just blights, yeah. Instead of being their own thing, and a lot of people really hate that. I don't really give a shit since I haven't played any other Zelda games.
I don't even mind about that. I don't even mind that in Unique Harassment. I just don't like the bosses that were picked for the Doc Robots. Like, Flashman's pattern does not work very well with a hitbox as big as Doc Robot.
It didn't work well in Mega Man 3 either. Doc Robot was never a good idea.
Let me talk about Doc Robot the Doc Robot in Dustman, because my fucking notes on that is, I fucking hate Charge Man.
He's fun if you use Chill Slip.
Charge Man is genuinely my least favorite Robot Master ever. Like, design-wise, he's okay, but like his pattern is like so fucking dumb. It's like legitimately like some fucking Game Maker 6 bullshit, like some Mega Man Paradise looking ass. It's literally
God
just
damn.
It's literally just fucking walk randomly back and forth, sometimes turn around randomly, and then just oops, going super fast. Oops, I'm invincible. Oops, random
Bro,
projectiles
you're
on the
fucking
screen.
tearing into Charge Man right now.
I
God
fucking
damn.
hate Charge Man, bro. Literally just
Honestly, that's fair.
at the very least, you can all kill all of them. Okay, first, there's like this really weird quirk where like you can walk into the room with a charge shot, and then Mega Man will automatically like let go of the charge shot and fire
Yes.
it. You can get like preemptive damage. I do that, and also power adapter, charge shot, fucking blows away every mini boss. So it just destroys them. I just walk
I
up
have
to
not-
them and just fucking eat shit. They eat shit all the time.
I have not tried using Power Adapter on the mid bosses.
You
I
should.
try
It's
that.
really good.
I just
And-
forgot it existed.
Yeah, I mean, I can get why you forget it exists, but it's really useful. It's like situationally useful, but you know, it's useful in situations you can use it in.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just destroyed all of them with Galaxy Vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't have invincibility frames.
I think it's worth noting that in this hack has inspired in me a very great sense of apathy. Like, many of the things about it just stopped being fun, they stopped entertaining me, and I was just only beating it because I had to talk about it, you know?
Yeah, I kind of get that.
Yeah.
Zack kind of gets exhausting. It nosedives in quality in the Fortress.
Largely due in part to the bosses.
I said this in the last recording, but I think levels have a really wholesome feel to it. They don't try to be actively malicious. They don't try to be crazy either. They're just kind of just complete solid levels with good fortune.
Napalm Man's level reminded me of Keanu Reeves.
However, here's the thing with that. I think
I really appreciate that.
Tomahawk Man's level reminded me a lot of Big Chungus.
Fuck
Yeah,
you,
me
I
too.
was gonna say that, Joe.
Dude, I literally cannot hear the word wholesome without thinking of it.
Anyway, I think the big
Wholesome
problem.
you read it,
Chungus
you ruined my
59.
life.
I think the
I
big
have
problem is
terminal
that
brain
how to
worms.
word this. The Fortress levels just kind of have the same feel as the Robot Master stages. The
Me
same
too.
non-malicious, wholesome 100
Well,
vibe.
I don't think about
And
it so much
it gets
as that
kind of tiring. It doesn't feel like you're progressing anywhere, except for the bosses, which the Fortress bosses are even less interesting than the main bosses.
I think a better way to describe the Fortress stages is not so much the same type of design as the Robot Master stages, but the Robot Master stages in large part were carried by their unique aesthetics and how well that tied into the gimmicks being used, whereas in the Fortress stages it more feels like it's just a collection of gimmicks that need
Yes.
to be used again, or it's just not
Yeah.
interesting.
I think the best Fortress stages is just like Mr. X3 because it at least has like theme. It has the train thing going on.
And it has
What
a cool
about
boss.
Mr. X2?
Yeah.
Mr.
Mr. X3 has
X2's
one of the
theme is
cooler bosses
Labyrinth
of the
Zone.
I
fortresses.
just think
Well,
that-
even then, like it's only cool because of the spectacle. Because nearly all the Fortress bosses were pretty unmemorable to me. They're all just
For
like
the record, Mr. X Stage 3 boss is S. Stark from Dragon Quest.
yeah, it's just like a Dragon Quest
Oh,
boss,
yeah.
and you stand in like the text box, and the text box like changes to
Yeah.
say like the name of the attack.
It's
The
it's
one-
charming.
The one reason I didn't like that is because I couldn't tell what was going to happen because the boss himself has no telegraphs and I can't read Japanese.
I mean, even
I
knowing
could read
assume
it.
the Japanese in the text box say what attack he's going to do.
even if
but
you
I
memorize
can't,
the
so.
character order, it has a problem with like, and this is a problem that I have with many of the other Fortress bosses. It's just kind of projectiles everywhere, and it's not really particularly interesting or fun to dodge. Like the most
Yeah.
memorable Fortress boss, well, I'm ignoring the big elephant in the room right now, but the most interesting fortress bosses I found were the Keeper, but even then that's just mostly because of the novelty of like making the
I
mid-boss.
forgot that was a boss because I forgot that was a
Breakman.
boss because it was just a mini boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but like the real ones are Mecha Cossack and CW1P. That was really
Dude,
funny.
I love how the Cossack catcher is just a random mid-force.
It's just a
boss in
Mecha
this
Cossack,
game.
yeah.
It's very ROM-hack.
And the boss of
Yeah.
the rematch stage, which is really fun. It's a really cool take on the Mega Man 4
What
Game
is
Boy
that?
boss.
Oh yeah, it's from 4 Game Boy.
Yeah, it is a thing. It was a
I totally forgot about that guy.
it was the mid-stage boss, and it used fired
That's
weapons.
right.
So now they just made it fire weapons from like all over the games instead of just the ones from that game. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And then we have the big elephant in the room, Block
The
Devil,
Wily Stage 1 boss. Can I explain how this boss works?
the lowest point in the game.
Sure.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so the boss of Wily Stage 1 is the Block Devil, except he has different kinds of eyes, and each of them does a different devil attack. Now, this sounds fine until you also consider that you're doing it over Mecha Dragon style, very small one-tile platforms
It's terrible.
over a pit, and
It's
it's
fucking
not
terrible.
good. It's actually awful.
It's
If
really
you get
bad.
knocked back, you're basically fucked.
His weakness is incredibly finicky.
His weakness is Tomahawk Assist, which is fine, except that
Half the time, it doesn't even home in on the eye.
It only
Yeah.
comes in if the eye is open and it's not in on invincibility frames.
yeah,
Yeah.
and, it has a
Additionally-
delay where like you press the button and then the birds come out and then they dash in, so you only get like 2 hits per
Yeah.
eye appearance.
I was able by exploiting the fact that the birds come out in a chicken foot pattern when they don't home in on anything. I was able to exploit that to hit the Mega Man 3 Devil Eye as soon as it was vulnerable. But other than that, I wasn't able to get more than 3 cycles in.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
it's just too long of a fight, too much risk of death. The only way I could find it doable, and even then it's not fun, was just like switch to jet adapter and just like jump over all of the blocks and then like wait.
Yeah, I kept like constantly.
I was
switching
playing
between
I played the
Jet
game again
Adapter
this
and
morning.
Tomahawk Assist.
For it to be fresh in my mind, and I rage quit. The devil.
I mean, yeah, I would.
See, the other unique quirk about Tomahawk Assist is that it can take you out of pits like Beat, but that also uses weapon energy.
I guess this is where we segue into weapons then.
Let's
oh,
fucking
yeah.
go.
The weapons in this game are fantastic.
Yeah, they're fucking awesome.
There's a really good weapon set, and they play off the wholesome stage vibes really well, because it feels like there's nothing really stopping you from using the Buster, but the weapons really help you. You know, it feels like it reminds kind of Sonic, where you like using the weapons in the levels feels like you're kind of cheating in a way to like get through the level more efficiently, and it feels really nice.
Listen, we can talk all day about Wholesome 100 Keanu Chungus, but what I would like to talk about is Spark Bullet!
Yeah,
Spark Bullet
That's
is the
the-
most
that's
wholesome
the
weapon
real-
of all.
that's
Yeah.
the real G.
When you charge it, it becomes Big Chungus.
Yeah.
Yes. When you
God
charge
damn
it, it makes you go twice as fast, and you can
And it
fire.
doesn't consume any
most
ammo
of
if
it.
you fire it without it being charged. So you can
Yes.
just use it as a
Yeah.
buster replacement, and it can aim up and well, you can redirect it up and down, so you can hit things above you and below you at 0 ammo cost. That's kind of
Yeah.
funny.
Chill Slip is the same way. It
Yeah.
is also infinite when you're not
It
using
fires a
special
wave beam,
function.
sine
I'd like
wave
to-
thing, and then you
I'd
can
like
also
to-
do a super fast slide that does a shit ton damage. And yeah, it's even if you run out of ammo, you can still do a super fast slide even though it does no damage.
I would like to talk
Yeah.
about the sprite work for a second. I'm about to post a screenshot from the game, and I'd like you to discuss just how beautiful this game can look sometimes.
Yeah, I think that's a really good.
Yeah, that's a very nice screenshot. That was
Yeah, it's a very
definitely
nice
one of my
screenshot.
favorite.
That
moments
sprite,
in the
I don't
game.
even know how they managed to fit so many colors into it. I think they really used a lot. They really pushed the NES capabilities.
Thanks for making my editing job so
Yeah.
much harder.
Wonderful.
No, you don't have to show it. It's okay. It's just
See, the
a
best
screenshot
part
from the game.
about posting a screenshot from the game like this is that you can edit in any picture that you want, or you could choose not to edit anything in it at all.
That's true.
It's really
And leave
impressive
them
how you can see
wondering.
the eyes through the glasses. That's a transparency effect on the NES. It's really rare.
It's like when
Anyway.
it's like when you're fighting
Very-
Magnet Man in Mega Man 3, and he puts on his shades just so he can suck Mega Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can suck Mega Man.
exactly.
Or when he turns
Speaking
into
of
Doc
Magma
Robot.
Man, Magma Man is one of the Doc robots.
So is Magnet Man.
That's right.
It's like poetry.
Dude,
they
all
rhyme.
of the Doc robots, all of the Doc robots are based on robot masters whose names start with M in this game.
Oh yes,
yeah,
my
like
favorite.
Charge Man,
Memker.
Commando Man.
Memker,
Flash Man.
and Charge Man, and the Flash
We
Man.
should play Robot Master Shiritori. We should play Robot Master Shiritori in one of these one day.
What the
What
fuck
is
did you
that?
say?
Well, it's a game. It's a Japanese game where like you say a word and then the next guy has to say a word that starts with the last letter of the previous word.
Oh,
We
okay.
just all go to Napalm.
Yeah, it usually like N ends with N, but like we just have to. I don't know. We changed the rules, so it just has to start with the same letter.
Shiritori, get the fuck out of here, you weeb.
It's fucking shut up. I got it. I learned
Anyway.
that from Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball isn't weeb shit. Okay.
Well, I
Bro,
learned
you literally,
Shiritori
that's
from watching
literally
the
just
video,
called the
so-
that's literally just called the letter game.
Ba-da-da. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
I learned Shiritori through Dragon Ball Z's Latino dub because there's this bit where the
Hikaru Kumo Tsukiru to fly away.
Yeah, about that. This game's music. This game's music is really, really good, and there's some really, really interesting picks. Like using the Last Time on Dragon Ball Z song, but obviously the Japanese version, for the cutscene theme is a
fucking
really, really
genius.
clever choice. And
love it.
using the opening for the Parappa the Rappa anime Nona Reeves Love Together as the title theme, and it's such a good port too. It's fucking insane. Literally all the ports in this game are really good.
As somebody who's
I don't
Especially
really,
Yoku Man.
I don't really care much for the music in Tatsu's other hacks, since he pulls too much from other Mega Man games.
I feel
Yeah.
like we should mention real quick the Wily Stage 5 theme from Basic Mastery is Solid State Scouter. So this
Yeah,
man is
Solid State
obviously
Scout.
the boom boom. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba.
Oh yeah, that's
Ba ba
right.
ba 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 ba.
Shut up.
You
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
listen.
That's a mean thing to say.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's talk about that one song that's just Ape Escape from Metal Gear Solid 3, where
Yeah.
like it's like
No, the one that's actually from Ape Escape.
the one
It's
that's just
actually
Ape
not
Escape.
related to Metal Gear 3 at
Metal
all.
Gear Solid 3, the Phantom Pain, featuring Solid Naked Snake going like, Major, there's apes in the trees. He's like, Snake, you've got to get the apes out of the trees.
You've got to get the apes. They've
Thank-
escaped.
thanks, Major Tom. Major Zero. Major Zero.
This is ground control to Major Tom.
Well,
They should
he
have
called
called
it.
Ape
Okay,
Escape
okay.
too. They
Non
should've called Ape
sequitur.
Es-
A bit of a divergence, but in Metal Gear Solid 3, he called himself that because he's like, anyway, we're going to use code names, and I'm going to call myself after the tunnel they used to escape in the Great Escape. And then paramedics like, is that the tunnel they used? And he's like, I don't know anymore. Just call me Major Zero.
Oh, dude, just a connection to the X series. Anyway,
They should have called Ape Escape too.
Whoa!
Ape Escaped.
Wait, there is a connection to the X series in this game.
There
Oh,
is-
yeah, that's right.
What's it called? Cossack
Yeah.
shoots out X.
No, not
No,
Mr.
Mr. X
Cossack.
does.
It's the second one.
Oh yeah,
that
Mr.
machine.
X does that.
Because-
now I get it.
yeah, because he's Mr. X and he shoots X.
He's
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know
very
why.
funny.
I don't know
I
why
had
I
a
didn't.
funny.
I don't
playing
know
the
why I
game.
didn't make that connection when. Oh, I was playing it. Why
We're
didn't you
talking
shoot?
about the weapons.
Yeah. Anyway, the weapons.
I don't know- what are you talking
Tomahawk
about?
Assist is basically beat call. It creates 3 birds that home in on enemies, but it also, if you fall into a pit, you bounce, and if you press the button, the bird will carry you to wherever you want, but it drains so much ammo so fast that it's not worth it to use
It kind of works.
To put this into perspective, I kept falling into pits in the Wily 1, the Devil Boss, and I would get stuck underneath a block, and moving
Yeah.
out from under the block would take out so much weapon energy that I wasn't able to get out of the pit in time.
Yeah. I used Tomahawk Assist for much of my early part of the game because Tomahawk Man is first in my order. So I
Same.
did accidentally use the beat function from getting knocked into pits in Sparkman stage. Up and downs.
This is one of the few ROM hacks I played where I felt very comfortable using the Buster in most of the stages.
Same. I use the Buster a lot.
Same.
I mean,
What?
I use the weapons a lot
In the
because I use
stages.
I naturally use
What are you
weapons.
talking about?
What are you talking about?
I was
You
using
sounded-
weapons all the time.
What are you
The
talking
stages
about?
aren't
You
fun
sounded
at all
insane.
with the Buster.
I use the
What are you
weapons.
talking about? They're
I
good.
use the weapons all the time in like normal. Like I play Mega Man normal using a mixed Buster and weapons. this hack is one where I felt like, you know, I could use that balance. Unlike, let's say, Rockman 70p or Rockman 4MI, where it felt like using the Buster was a death sentence. So I just didn't use it at all.
That's how I felt playing this.
Well, I mean, listen, the only things I really had to do
I really did not enjoy playing the stages with the Buster. Because enemies take so many hits.
I don't know, I thought they had like a good health
I
most
mean,
of
well,
the
I
time.
can mash well.
Most enemies in
So
the game
So
I
can
found,
I,
damage.
but that doesn't make it, but it's not fun.
I found most of the enemies to have like 4 health or something like that. It wasn't like super much. It was just a single charge shot and a Buster shot. And
Yeah, the big problem,
Bam,
there
bam,
are
bam.
like a few problem enemies, like the Browns, the barrel fuckers, those are fucking annoying.
Just
as
use
hell.
power adapter for
Yeah,
Once
if you
I
don't
use
use
kill.
power adapter, you
Use
just
Jewel.
kill them. Yeah. Use power
Yeah,
adapter.
use power
Jewel
adapter.
Band's weapon is my favorite in the game.
My
because,
favorite
like,
is Pharaoh Flood.
It
It's
just
just a really
rains
powerful shield.
bullshit down on enemies
my
constantly.
favorite is Spike Bullet or Spike Dodon if you speak Japanese.
What's your
And-
favorite?
My favorite weapon?
See.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You're
want to
typing in the
say...
chat.
No. I want to say Galaxy Vision.
I didn't use
Yeah, 'cause
Galaxy
you went
Vision
through it,
much, but I did use it a few times and found it pretty cool.
Galaxy Band was last in my order, so I didn't end up using it. very much.
My order was Tomahawk
I also
Man
liked the
first.
dust thing a lot. You can just tell the enemies to fuck off.
In my order,
then
Tomahawk
they
Man
fall
was
down.
first and
It's
Chill
funny.
Man was last.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my
That's
order was
interesting.
Tomahawk, Sparkman, Dustman, Pharaoh Man, Jewel Man, Galaxy Man, Napalm Man, Chill Man.
You talked too fast, so I didn't register any of that.
Tomahawk Man, Spark Man, Dust Man,
Duh,
Pharaoh Man, Jewel Man, Galaxy Man, Napalm Man, Chill Man. Did you get it that time?
Yes.
Okay, now let me say it again.
Actually, no. Anyway.
My favorite order to go is actually to start with Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain.
So, next up, what should we talk about?
Napalm Man's gimmick that shows up like twice in the entire game,
Yes.
and it's really
So,
weird.
I feel like Napalm Man has a very, very, how to say this, first stage design feel. Like, it was just like, oh, I'm gonna make a
Yeah.
hack. And just, like, put together Napalm Man. And then that's when he started thinking about, you know, like, the set and shit. Because the level has no theme. It just bounces through all kinds of random shit.
It's
It literally teleports you between different
Yeah.
segments.
There are
It
no
even
gimmicks
has
until the
the-
very end. It's
it
one of the
even has
few
the
Robot Master. I
Super
think it's the
Mario-
only Robot Master level with, like, an actual normal mini-boss. It also has a
Mr. X
Doctor
Stage 2 has a normal mini-boss.
Robot Master level. And
Yes.
it has a Doc Robot, but it's really, really weirdly early on, like, it was tacked on.
What it was it Anchor?
No,
No,
it was
it
not
was-
Skullman.
Yeah, and also, it also has a gimmick at the very, very end, and it's such a weird, bizarre gimmick. It flips your D-pad by 90 degrees, or negative 90 degrees, depending on the block. So you need to, like, use up and down to move left and right. The problem is,
But you're
it's
Or you could just jump.
yeah, you can just jump like a Glue Floors and Glue Man Station Unlimited. You can just do that. That's way easier.
I just thought they were glue.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
that too,
that's right.
only until
Until I
Droopy-
told you what they actually do.
Until Droopy Hornet told me. Droopy Hornet, shoutouts to Droopy Hornet. I didn't know until
Oh,
he
yeah.
said it.
So the thing is like, if you jump off of the block, then you control normally.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to actually like play it like it was intended, then it gets really weird with having
Yeah, it
to like
gets really
constantly
annoying.
switch between controlling with left and right and up and down.
Though on the topic of
Yeah.
Napalm Man Stage, I just want to focus on how good the Ghost House looks. The Super Mario World Ghost House background looks shockingly good in NES.
It's almost
mean-
as good as that one screenshot I posted a few
It's
times.
fine. I mean, the bootleg Mario World NES game does it fine too.
I mean, yeah, but shut the fuck up. You know what I mean. On the topic of bootlegs, if you think about it, a fan game is just a free bootleg online, and that takes me to Galaxy Man. I don't think we mentioned Yokuman. Did we mention Yokuman's theme?
No, we didn't.
Okay, yeah, we did that
Yeah, we
last
did.
recording.
I did.
But we did that last. Did you this recording?
Yes, I did.
Well, I wasn't listening, so
Well,
let's
let me say it
bring
again.
up
Yokuman,
So
Death Trap
anyway.
Mirage. It's the first time a fan game has been referenced in a ROM hack, and this hack actually referenced that multiple times, like Street Fighter Cross Mega Man, Neon Man 2, on the fucking Galaxy Man time. And, you know, it's really weird. It's really impressive that they managed to port a song that, like, wasn't even done on Famine Tracker to the NES.
Well, it was still
And-
done within NES limitations.
Yeah.
I should-
However,
I-
it does have a lot of a lot of unique effects and
Yeah.
would be
Yes.
hard to
It's a
get
testament
right
to how good the original song is, and also like I'm really glad to a certain extent that Death Trap Mirage has sort of become the icon of Mega Man Unlimited.
It's a great song.
Yeah,
I should mention, speaking of Unlimited, during the Breakman Doc robot fight, which, you know, it's not just Robot Masters, it's also
When does that
Breakman.
happen again?
It's in the Fortress stages.
yeah.
And I don't remember, but
I don't remember either.
I fought Breakman at one point, and he does some of the Mega Man 7 stuff, but he also has the ability to charge up more than one charge shot, and that's, I think, a reference to Unlimited.
Yeah, it probably is.
No, it's a reference to 7EP.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
that
no.
reminds me. I was gonna say that like this is the first hack to really use fan game stuff. That's technically a lie. There was a hack that used tiles from Rock Force, and also like had the
Wait,
unlimited mugshots as like a background decoration. Like you just see like Glue Man's mugshot all over the Wily stages.
Oh,
Wait,
right,
what was this?
Wasn't this also a Tatsu hack?
I need to. I don't remember the name. I'll look it
I
up.
don't remember anything about Glue.
I'll look it up after the recording. But like that was really dumb compared to this, where it's like actually like
It does sound dumb.
yeah, it's actually like referencing. It's not just I'm gonna take the tiles from the fucking fan game. This is just like actual
What I
references
like-
and homages to it.
What I like about this hack is that it rearranges the Street Fighter X Mega Man.
Yeah, it sounds
theme in a
literally
way
better
that
than the
doesn't-
original.
Yeah, because
does.
because the original, much like the rest of Street Fighter X Mega Man's music, is like really close to, if not straight edits of.
Yeah, it's like it sounds just
like
like Mega Man
Capcom
2,
music.
but like really lamely.
But this one like
Yeah.
rearranges it, and
Yeah,
it
it
sounds
sounds like a
good
proper-
because it's a really good
It's
composition.
a really good arrangement.
Now, I think I would be remiss if I didn't mention that in the Wily stages, they kind of drop off in quality a lot. I think
Yeah,
you mentioned it
those
before,
guys.
but I mentioned the whole apathy thing, but like as I was playing through the Fortress stages, I felt like they were only built because the hack had to be finished, and I was only playing them because I had to.
That's a
finish
good
the
way to
hack.
put it. They feel like they were built because the hack had to be finished.
It felt like they had to be built
Yeah.
because I had to do the fucking fortress levels.
Yeah, especially
This
with
is why
Wily
I think
4.
like this hack didn't have to be a Mega Man 6 hack. Because it feels like Tatsu didn't want to make two entire fortresses. Because
I like
he
how in
reuses a boss from Basic Master, for one thing.
He
Oh, it
does?
does?
Yeah, the giant Met.
Oh shit! I didn't even
Oh.
know
That was
the
the fortress boss from Basic Master.
I didn't even know that.
Don't play Basic Master, it's really bad.
Yeah, I can
It's
imagine.
There's the part in Wily 4 where it gives you like all of the upgrades for free
Yeah.
Yeah.
in one screen if you go left at a certain screen.
Which I didn't know.
Actually, that's really cool
What?
that you mentioned that screen, because I got all of the upgrades before going to that screen, and if you do that, you get 4 E-tanks.
Yeah,
Oh.
That's
Oh.
nice.
So it just gives you what you don't have, basically.
that
Basically.
Wily
and so
4
I-
Unless you have 9 E-tanks.
Well,
talking about Wily 4, quick beams. Fuck, go to hell. That pretty fucking sucks.
The quick beams are like so tightly
They're so
timed
tight,
in
like-
that level.
Okay,
like,
okay,
there's
but
no way.
I have a spark bullet.
Thank God they do only
Yeah.
damage.
Shut
but
up.
it's like,
I am desensitized to quick beam sections because
They don't even
there's so
instant
many
kill.
ROM hacks with quick beam sections that are so many millions of times worse.
yeah.
Like Basic Master on
Like
with
Basic
it,
Master.
which had
Yeah, but like
glue.
that, I don't know, it felt like
Basic Master will get its own episode when we hate ourselves.
in this hack, it felt
I
like
don't
the
hate
quick beams
myself
were
enough
only
yet.
there, like playing off of what what Art said about the fortress levels just kind of being there.
Piggybacking off of that,
I think the
Circling
quick beams only
back
felt like
to
they
that.
were there because like I referenced the quick beams. That's the thing that ROM hacks do. It didn't feel
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
piggybacking off of that. So we're taking that concept, mugging it in a dark alley, and taking its wallet.
yeah.
We're just fucking having a Socratic seminar on Rockman 6 Unique
I
Harassment.
think Tatsu has had it too good. I think we need to show him a lesson in humility.
I agree with
See,
CSketch,
that's why it's
and
called unique
also-
harassment. We call it unique harassment because we're the ones harassing Tatsu to make the game better.
Yeah.
That's why it's unique. It's not him
I
harassing
still wonder
us.
what the thought process behind the name was.
Yeah.
Well, what was the thought
Honestly.
process behind Wily's Dream Space?
I mean, I think unique harassment. He
point.
was trying to say like unique attack, like it's like a unique assault of like unique new
Yeah.
shit. But like he just kind of looked up like like synonyms for assault or whatever. And
It's
just got
like
harassment, and he was like, "Yeah, that sounds cool. That sounds
like
cool."
Except it doesn't.
It's like Rockman 5 Second Strike, or like Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, you know, like...
If you don't know English, harassment kind of sounds cool if you pronounce it in Japanese.
Dude,
Harassment.
Well, this hack is unique in a couple ways, and it also harasses the player frequently.
Yeah, I'd like to follow off Quack's statement by saying that I'd like to preemptively apologize for the offensive joke that I'm going to make on episode 8 of this podcast. So,
Oh, you're only on I'm on 17.
I'm not gonna let
Wes.
you forget that. I'm gonna
Episode
make sure
7
you make an
we'll
offensive
hold you
joke
to
in
that.
episode 8.
Episode 17, I'm going to leak CSketch's personal information.
yeah, okay.
on episode 18, I'm going to go to Teal's house and rob him.
What
of
is this fucking
$100.
Memento?
Yes,
Spoiling the end right away.
we're working
Yeah.
backwards.
I'm
There's
Kevin
gonna be like a
Bacon.
plot twist where like all of these.
Oh
are-
shit, we're accidentally recording our planning session. What are we
No.
going to do now?
Oh, no.
Oh
Whoa!
no!
I
It's-
hope
it's like
no
that
one looks at
stupid
my
fu-
plans while I'm sleeping.
I don't know what you noticed my plans.
I'm so excited about my super weapon to take over the podcast that I wrote a song about it.
I was doing Ape. I don't know. I'm not Snake Man.
Well, it's Snake Man, Metal Gear Solid 3. Major, come on, Major, we gotta
I'm
get these apes.
still in a dream.
Been living most
Snake
of my life
eater.
living in the snake's paradise.
Okay, Teal, I got a question for you. Okay,
What's your question?
crime, is that the way you fly to me?
Uh,
Crime, it's the way I fly to you.
Snake Eater.
Snake Eater.
Any ROM hackers in the audience, put Snake Eater in your hack somewhere.
I
Reminds
can
me of
totally
that-
see that. I mean, like, again, this had the fucking Parappa the Rapper anime opening. Like, what?
Chinese.
There was Rockman 2 Unprecedented, which had a fucking opening of Higurashi, the anime, as the Flashman stage theme.
That's true. And this hack also has Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, so
Da,
there's
da, da.
nothing stopping you from
Da,
putting
da,
the Snake Eater
da.
at this point.
Can we make the Dragon Ball Z last time thing be like our outro theme?
No, but
Get
that doesn't make
Counter-Strike on?
sense. It had to be like a
Are we gonna-
recap
what-
at the
or
start
would
of
our
every
outro
episode.
be?
Our outro is me going da na na da da na na.
No, but that doesn't make sense because we're
No,
doing like
our
last time
outro
with Dragon Ball Z.
is the X Fortress map theme from Rockman 6 Unique Harassment.
Da da da.
I'm pretty sure they also used the
Da, 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 da,
Dun,
da.
dun.
Da-na-na-na.
That's such a weird song.
It's so ominous.
Nothing happens.
Yeah.
Can we use the Frieza Super Butoden like the Frieza Super Butoden theme where it's like do 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 so it's like it's in I think it's in Rockman 3 Burst Chaser actually. But it's like
Really?
Let me find it. It's really
When are we
bad.
getting a Mega Man hack called Rockman 2 Super Butoden? No, but like, yeah, like Rockman 3 Budokai. That sounds cool.
Does that exist?
No, but it sounds cool.
It does.
Yeah, it's Rockman 3 Burst Chaser Hardman Frieza's theme. It's do 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 do.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember it.
It sounds
Oh,
like
I get
it's
it, because Wally turns into an alien at the end like Frieza.
That's right. I remember this.
Yeah, I remember when he turned into Frieza.
See, I like that our
I'm just
viewers
going
are.
to ignore that joke and move on.
I like the.
So can we talk about
implication.
Dragon Ball lore? I think that Frieza represents something really interesting when he attacks
He's-
Planet Vegeta.
He represents a dildo.
He represents colonialism.
No, actually, he represents
I
smallpox.
think colonialism represents the economic power.
It's
Oh,
come
God.
full circle, baby. The circle was
Frieza has economic power.
I mean,
you
yeah,
think
do you know how
about it.
expensive the fucking Ginyu Force and the Frieza Elite Force are?
Okay,
That's
so
true.
think about it. Power levels aren't actually how strong they are. It's how much money they have. Last time I clocked in this form, I had 500. Last time I clocked in this form, I had $530,000.
But I mean, I think Goku isn't that rich because like Chi Chi just kind of like embezzles.
Okay, but well, no, Chi-Chi gets her money from the Ox King, right? But like Goku stopped counting power levels like 2 seasons in, right? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he stopped
Well,
caring.
Goku was never the one counting power levels.
But like Frieza's always like, I have $1 million.
Yeah.
He just has like a fucking garage full of a million deer.
No, he has like $1. He has like one bill, and it's just like $1 million bill.
That's what I was gonna say. And like
He
we're
made
sitting
it
there.
himself.
It's got little scribbles.
In
and,
Planet
King-
Vegeta, this is
King-
worth
Like
50,000
it's like he's
Vegeta
like got
bucks.
his Frieza's face scribbled on it.
And then like King Cold comes up and he's like, "Oh, did my little boy make a fun little? That one's going up on the fridge." You know,
It's
that
like
kind
a
of thing.
Joker in the Tim Burton Batman movie. He's like,
And then
"What do
you
you
just-
want, Joker?" And he's like, "My face on the $1 bill."
Yeah.
And then
And then he
Cooler
throws
comes
a
along
bunch of
and
money out in the parade scene, and it's all got his face on it.
Okay, but
And
like,
Cooler comes along and he just steals the bill and he burns it with a lighter and he's like, "That's
Yeah,
because
and then
you're
Heath
my
Ledger
worst
Joker is
brother."
like, "It's not about the money; it's about sending a message."
do you think the currency in Planet Vegeta had Vegeta's face on it?
No, they didn't have money. They were apes.
No, but they had the fucking.
Much
what was
like
the name
critically acclaimed game Ape
They were
Escape
apes,
from Metal
like
Gear
the
Solid
ape
3.
mini
Okay,
boss
but
in
there were
Napalm
like
Man
two
stage
species,
in this
right?
game.
There was like the robot dudes, the technology dudes, and then the apes, the Osaru, the Saiyans.
Okay, so there were the Saiyans, and then there were the Suffrusians or the Tuffles. And so, like, the Tuffles are pretty baller, but, like, if you think about it, this all relates to Rockman 6 Unique Harassment, because inside of all of us, there's an ape ready to escape.
There's an ape mini boss.
You need to keep it locked down tight, or else it'll escape before you know it.
Really,
and
I
kill
think the
your
ape
loved
mini
ones.
boss of Napalm Man stage is the true villain of this game because he's trying to escape. He's trying to escape the teleporter hell that he lives in.
Teleportals?
The
You know,
I feel like a
Teleportal.
monster. The beast inside of me.
it's like that.
Monster, how
I must
should
confess
feel?
that I feel like a monkey. Hey.
We're just sitting there.
Really,
right?
what better time to play Rockman 6 Unique Harassment than on Funky Monkey Friday?
Oh! The ape's gonna come out of my cock.
There's a lot
I'm
of
a
things we
monkey.
could probably
Ooh,
cut.
ooh.
This is a story we forgot to tell from Rockman 7 AP. When Art was playing the game, streaming it, he almost got to enough bolts to get the Ultimate Nova adapter by Wily 5. And so we went back to Slashman stage to grind for bolts. But since that game is so stingy with bolts, it took like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was
And I
getting
figured-
like.
I figured out
eventually
that-
an enemy dropped a fucking large bolt for 20 bolts. And we all just got so excited, we all fucking started making monkey noises. We all just decided the fucking large bolt.
This single bolt.
So for like
enemy
30
balls man
seconds,
into
we
monkeys.
And it was really great because I figured out that Slashman stage has a Stegoras from Slashman stage originally, really early on in the stage. So I was able to just keep killing it and save quitting until I got the like 13 bolts I had left to get. And it dropped a large bolt, and we all just went completely monkey.
Oh my god!
We returned to Monkey.
He reverted to
So that's
monkey.
really the ultimate message of Rockman 6 Unique Harassment.
Does this game has any
I
monkeys?
think that's.
Is
Go back!
Wait,
I
do we
want
have
to be
anything more to
monkey.
Do we have anything more to say about this, Zach?
We never
No.
mentioned the final
Yeah,
boss.
I
The
have
final boss
something
is 3 Wily machines in a row, 6 faces.
It's really
And
bad.
that's about when the
I-
apathy started to kick in.
I like the final boss, honestly.
I did
I
not
like
like
the
it at all.
final phase. Every other phase was just too much. In the final,
Like,
I
I
played the
enjoyed
original
playing
version. The original version didn't have Yashichis in between each phase. You had to do it all in one fucking.
Oh,
Ooh.
it gives you Saichis?
Yeah, in between each phase, it gives you a Yashichi.
Oh, that's cool.
No, it doesn't. It didn't in the original version. You just have to do everything on one health bar.
Jesus.
So here's a few other miscellaneous facts I would like to mention about this game. So you can slide over 2 tile gaps.
All right, yeah.
if you do it this right.
That's right.
Additionally, you can walk over 1 tile gaps. You only have an
I
opportunity
uncovered
to
both
do
of
this.
those
in-
while I was playing
you-
it today.
You can pretty much only do that in X stage 4.
Yeah,
But yes, you can walk over
But
1
it's
tile
possible.
gaps.
it's interesting.
I think.
I don't know why it happens.
Let me say the one thing. This
I
game.
think Mega Man is like reaching over and grabbing with his monkey paws.
In this game,
Go
health
back! I
filling
want to be
and health-
monkey.
If you touch a health pickup, you just instantly fills up, which is
Well, a lot of hacks do that.
that should be a thing in like every Mega Man game.
I
Like
agree.
fuck off. Like
I mean, it's a
Mega
good
Perfect
feature.
Blue. I
We're
like
gonna
it.
talk about this whenever a hack does it.
Okay, well, in Perfect
Yes.
Blue, I actually edited without telling anybody. I edited the options code to make health filling like instant, like the default option, because it's just superior. Because it's so fucking
Well,
stupid
don't
that you're
fucking
like...
put Perfect Blue spoil. Well, now we mentioned Perfect Blue in the
The
comments.
fucking
We're gonna be
demo
full
came
of
out,
Perfect
bro.
Blue comments. You
Ba-da-da.
fucking ruined this episode,
Ba-ba-ba.
CSketch.
The
Sketch,
I
the
wanna be
demo
a
doesn't.
monkey
Anyway,
again.
what I'm saying
Sketch.
is, I think...
Sketch,
I want to
the
be a
demo
monkey
doesn't
so I
come
can
out for
fling
like
shit
11
right in your
years.
face, like you deserve.
CSketch, I'm going to kill you.
Anyway, I think that the current way that Mega Man does it, where like everything stops and it fills up, it's satisfying to an extent to hear this, but it's really fucking annoying when it happens on top of a pit or like midair, and I'm
Yeah.
so baffled that it's still like such a default in like fan games
I
and
like
shit.
it. It
Doesn't
gives
Mega
me
Man
a
11
brief
do that?
break.
Wait, doesn't Mega Man 11 change it anyway? So there's no reason not to.
Yeah,
Mega Man 11 doesn't pause it, does it?
yeah, it's
Yeah,
instant.
it changes it.
Yeah, it's instant.
There's
So all
zero.
I'm saying is
There is zero
make it an
excuse in
option.
modern fan gaming culture not
So
to
I
just
think
make
that's
it
horrible
default.
because it's not NES accurate.
Oh,
Well, listen.
Or,
Mega Man
because
Perfect Blue
it's
is so
easier.
NES accurate in the first place. I think
I mean,
we
we've
have
established, we've talked about that picture, right? The
Yes, it
the
is.
picture that Art posted of that one screen that had
Yeah, the one that
transparency on
looks
the
really
NES.
nice. Yeah.
That means Mega Man 11 could run on the NES.
Listen,
I mean,
I've
like,
I've ported Mega Man 11 to the NES before. I've done it a couple times now. It's been like
Yeah.
5 days of work each time. And I just wanted to say that demaking a game like that's super easy. I highly advise every single person who's watching this podcast to go out and demake Mega Man 11 for themselves.
Yeah,
Listen,
everyone
all I'm
go
saying
make
is,
Mega Man 11
if,
FC.
listen, all I'm saying is, if Star
Don't-
Fox
don't-
can run on the
Proto
Super
Dude will
Nintendo,
definitely
Mega
write
Man
an article
11.
about
No, don't make
Can
Mega
run
Man
on the
11
NES.
FC if it's gonna be a fan game. You need to do it a hack. If you're gonna make it a fan game, cancel it right now.
Yeah.
I think that if you're watching, you should make Mega Man and Base FC.
I think if
Yes.
you're watching this, I think you should make me a sandwich. I'd really appreciate that.
If you're watching this podcast, if you're listening to this podcast, I think you should be a monkey.
The only problem.
Go downstairs, go into the kitchen, say hi to your mom, and then just like fling a turd right into her face.
I gotta
Like,
be honest,
grab a
the
banana and just, like,
the
start
vocal
eating
track
it.
for me making the monkey sounds looks really funny in Audacity.
This
I
game.
want to try it so I can look. It does look funny.
Half this fucking podcast is us just making monkey noises. But I think that
This is fucking nonsense, dude.
I feel like the main problem with hacks these days is that they don't understand what it means to be a liberal in today's American society. I think we should end it here. We have no idea.
I think what modern hacks don't.
Oh yeah,
get-
there was one thing I did want to mention that was like completely serious regarding ultimate harassment.
What?
So basically, there's no like easy robot masters in this game, and I think that's an issue. It's my opinion that every fan game or every Mega Man game
Yeah.
should have an easy robot master. So
Same.
like you can get started in the weakness chain, and that's not really something this hack has, which made it very difficult for me.
Well, that ties into the fact that I don't think this hack is fun with the Buster at all.
I think Pharaoh Man is a good starting boss if it weren't for the fact that you need to revisit the stage to get the fucking item and shit.
Exactly.
Just
Like
wait till
there should be
Wily 4.
there should be a clear first stage.
Yeah,
I think Tomahawk Man fits that build.
if it
like,
weren't for the last
obviously,
jump
not
and the
every
boss,
player is going-
I'd say Tomahawk Man's great, but the fucking last jump fucking sucks ass.
Like obviously not every player is going to be needing the easy first starting point, but some players will, and the players who don't can just not.
I
go to
mean,
that
what are
boss
the odds
first.
that someone who's never played a Mega Man game before decides to start with Rockman 6 Unique Harassment?
0. At the same time, though, like, I've played so many Mega Man games, I can't even
I mean,
count
yeah,
them
but like,
on
I mean,
one
I get it
finger.
from a perspective
And
that like it's still a new
I'm bad.
experience, so having a good starting point, a good point where you can
Yes,
just like
that's
jump
true.
in is better.
And when the bosses are as difficult as they are, like, you kind of really need them.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
It's really weird that we have this discussion like right at the very end, like after we talk about the
Yeah,
final boss and
after we
everything.
started making, like, fucking monkey noises.
Well, we
I
can
think we
we
should
can
do
cut
more
all that
monkey.
shit out. But I think it's a good place to stop.
I mean, you could
because
edit that, like cut it and like move it to the middle of the discussion. So
I'm leaving everything exactly as it is.
okay, yeah,
I
we're gonna.
Damn.
fading,
We're gonna
so
just,
we gotta end soon.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so thank you for listening to our discussion of Rockman 6 Unique Harambe.
I think no Harambe jokes. Fucking cut that shit out. No, fucking cut that shit out. Monkey jokes are fine. No Harambe jokes, okay? That's a dishonor to the Monkey Kingdom.
I disagree. I made
So
the
anyway,
joke because
have
Harambe
a
is a
good
funny
day,
name.
guys.
have
Have
you
a good
met,
day, guys.
Have you met the guy from like?
Go
Have you
play
met the monkey
Rockman
from the Jungle
6
Book?
Unique
Have you met the
Harassment.
monkey from the Jungle Book? I think he's a very
Why are
nice
you,
guy.
Art, what are you doing?
He's coming.
That's a good one.